Good evening, fans. Hello and welcome once again to D.E.M.O number 3, live from the famed Coliseum here, Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. We're here in the Media Center. I'm Steve Bucknam, with me Jace Miller, and we are getting ready for the preview show here today. It is going to be an action-packed championship Saturday here at D.E.M.O number 3, and we're looking at several events to keep you entertained. We're going to start things off today with our Compact Elite feature event. Following that, we'll see the finals for the two-man compact teams, an old school wire feature, and then, of course, our main events, the Pro Division A main feature, the Pro Division B main feature, a special bragging rights feature event. We'll talk more about that later. And to finish up the weekend, the Most Wanted Fine Arts feature event. Fans, we've got a great matchup in the A main. We're going to talk to our drivers in just a moment. Stick here with us. That's right, fans. The rematch right here. SRDB, the challengers, are going to face NLR, Whitaker Salvage, in the A main feature. Joining me right now, Joey Braun for Team SRDB. Joey, glad to have you here with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Man, watching that replay package there, looking at last year's performance, how does that make you feel?
Poor memory there at the end of last year, but it was a lot of fun in that feature, battling with those guys.
And it seemed like you were kind of the all-star there for I feel like most of the highlights for you were, they were you out there for your team.
I feel like it wasn't completely that way, but I did take every shot I could get last year.
Now, when you're going through like that, I've asked a lot of the drivers here, is it kind of just take what's in front of you, or do you plan those out, sit back and wait, kind of like a snake, you wait in the hole and you strike when you can?
Honestly, I feel like I try to come up with a plan every time I go out and run, and it always goes the opposite way. So I never really know what's going to happen until I go out there.
That's kind of derbying, though.
Yeah,
as a whole.
Yep.
One thing we've done all throughout the week as we talk to drivers in the early rounds, as we've talked strategy and build process and all that stuff. We're not doing that here today. We're beyond that today. You guys have faced each other before. You've seen each other run throughout the course of the brackets here this week. That stuff's out the window. Now it comes down to, what does this matchup feel like to you? Car choice, driving styles. How do you think it plays out?
I don't really know. I mean, I'd love to know the answer to that now before we go out there, but I feel like both teams have a good balance of cars. Obviously, NLR is very good at building their Fords, making them last. They're hard in the nose, and a Whitaker wagon is a Whitaker wagon, so it's always good to have one of those out there.
Definitely. Do you feel like having your wagon as kind of a match to that is a good strategy car-wise, or was that just a choice for the overall show?
Well, you won't catch me in a Ford. I don't know anything about those, so it's either an Impala or a wagon for me usually.
Usually.
Yep.
Now, we talked a little bit off camera. You've been in some other stuff.
Yeah, I have. Yep.
It's just not the norm for the big shows.
Nope, not the norm.
Talk to me a little bit about kind of the hype here. I know a big part of being present in the Derby is sort of having your focus, right?
Yeah.
And not being knocked off your game plan and stuff. And a lot of what we do is the media side of things, and we purposely hype it up. Does that affect how you perform at all?
No, not really. What I like about the hype of this show and the hype of this matchup that we have tonight is it's all a positive hype. There is no animosity or anything like that towards each other. Like, can happen in the sport sometimes with drama, but I think both teams have a lot of respect for each other and both know that we're going to be tough to beat.
Do you feel any pressure off of that at all?
To be honest, I think I felt the pressure last year. Being here first time was a lot more of a shock and awe thing, pulling into the track and making it through every round. You know, last year I didn't know what to expect. We could have been out in the first round, same with this year, but it feels good to have made it through and be fortunate enough to have a crew that can put the cars back together and get there. This year, I'm just having fun.
Hey, that's what it's all
Yep.
all about, you know.
Team SRDB, Devin Allen, Brady Allen, yourself, and Jeremy Heinen.
Yep.
Not much to argue about as far as chemistry there.
Yeah.
You and Jeremy, long history.
Yeah.
Allen's, the familial connection there. And then, the four of you together have spent some time last year, especially, kind of building that connection.
Yeah.
As you've gone through your brackets here this week, have you felt that connection sort of become more natural?
Yeah, I think so. And honestly, like we have ran with the Heinens for over a decade now. And do you remember Prequel to the King in 2020 when it was me and my brother versus Devin and Brady?
Yeah.
We were kind of after the Derby, like I think both sets of families talked. I'm like, we should probably combine this. So we kind of have very similar driving styles and work well with each other in regards to what shots each other take, and it all meshes well.
So really, 5 years in the making, and here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
To give you the opportunity that I've given all the other teams here this weekend that we've spoken to, we know that there is more than just the drivers that are involved in making this team successful. Yeah. You guys have a lot of people behind the scenes, both working on cars, keeping you fed, making sure that the kids are taken care of and all that stuff. Who do you need to give spotlight to and recognize?
Definitely my wife and kids first. The last few months have been a little rough, a lot of hours in the shop, and I'm missing them right now, actually, talking about it. But my dad, my brother, my best friend Nick and Craig and his dad are all back there helping, and honestly, we couldn't do it without them. My cousins, Chase and Cole, are here doing all our 9-wire again. They've been doing that for the past, it feels like 15 years now, and honestly, sometimes I think I forget to thank them because it's just been so common. Like, I know they're going to be there. I don't have to question it. Sure. But, yeah, I do need to thank all those guys.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to make sure we get everything covered for you guys because this is your shot, We're going away from the drama side of things, but do you have a prediction for how things are going to go here today?
Well, first of all, I hope the track holds up so that we can settle it against the teams and not against the track. But my prediction is there's going to be some junk made. And I think it's going to come down to who can keep the wheels and tires on. And that's pretty much Derby in these days, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. Yeah. Sure is. Jace, you got anything else?
I don't really think so, actually.
Put you on the spot?
Yeah, put me on the spot. I'm good at interviewing, not getting interviewed. So.
Yeah, all right.
I feel you.
Joey, just something I've been expressing to all the drivers as well this week from the Derby Nation fans, from the entire nation of fans and international fans as well that are watching all over the world. We just want to extend our thank you and our respect for the performance that your team has put on this week. This Derby would not be worth watching if it wasn't for the drivers. And so we want to recognize your efforts.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the Allens bringing us in, and Heinens and their crews, and it's all working well together. So
awesome. Yeah. Fans, Joey Braun, part of SRDB, the Challengers. They're hungry. They've only got one defeat in 2 years of D.E.M.O, and they're looking to keep that record the way it is and go up one more with the win here over NLR. We'll see if they can pull it off. Joey, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
We'll be right back with Dusty Gilgis for Team NLR. welcome back, fans. Man, that highlight just gave me the chills. Dusty, how you feeling about that, man?
It's pretty neat to see, actually. I haven't really watched too much of last year, but yeah.
You guys, the matchup is really, like, we've been kind of touting it as like the dream matchup, the rematch here between SRDB and NLR Whitaker Salvage. You are the reigning defending champions here, have gone lossless, undefeated so far, and you're hoping to continue that.
Yeah, absolutely. All you do is take it one heat at a time and go out there and do your thing.
Now, based off your driving styles as a team, at times it seems almost choreographed out there. You guys know where everyone's at on the track at all times, including your teammates. And we saw there a little bit in the highlight package, just the amount of times if you see someone in trouble on the wall, you guys are instantly right there to help get them off. What's that like, knowing that you have teammates that are willing to do that and that you're willing to do that for other teammates as well?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's what makes a good team. We're good defensive drivers as well. Not letting, another team take a long shot on somebody or whatever, blocking or, that video, I think I spent more time on the wall last year than on the actual track. But, we complement each other well and usually try to keep our head on a swivel and always looking out and, paying attention and seeing what's going on.
Yeah, and you kind of hear that in other sports too. Like sometimes defense is the best offense a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Dusty, watching that video and just seeing how you guys have driven over the last 2 years together, a big part of what I think has made you successful is your ability to drive as a team. And like Jay said, to sort of get each other out of trouble if there's someone's hung up or something like that. Taking the pressure off if a teammate goes, a 2-on-1 sort of situation.
Sure.
How do you, as a driver, take a look at what's happening on the track, and how do you decide what is safe for you to assist with, and when do you have to avoid it and keep yourself in the running?
Yeah, that's a good question. It all kind of depends on the scenario. If somebody's hung up or whatever, we're going to try to get them off. But at some point, if you're going to put yourself in a bad spot, if you get in too far or get in a corner or whatever. So it's tough. You just try to kind of work through it as you can, and just don't think about it, just react and go with it.
Talk to us a little bit about the matchup in general here. How you and SRDB match up. On paper, it's pretty straightforward, but car choice wise, to me, it seems like you guys might be a little bit more maneuverable with the Fords. However, the back of Heinen's caddy has just been a weapon all week long.
It's nasty.
It scares me to watch it. So how do you feel that you guys match up, equipment-wise?
Yeah, like you said, we've got, 3 Fords, and Bob's got a wagon. I think with the Ford, probably have a little bit more maneuverability. Man, I can't even say that. Wow.
Yeah.
I had just getting around the track better, trying to be quick and get your shots in and keep moving. So we don't overthink it, just go with the car, go with what you're comfortable with, how you feel you can get around best and keep going.
Now, does that car choice, come with based off rule set, or is it just strictly on, these cars, I'm going to stick with these cars?
Yeah, rules, they definitely go into it. We'll read the rules well in advance, probably read through those 100 times, to be honest with you. Even read them backwards, see if there's something else that sticks out or whatever. But yeah, we'll take a look at the rules and then thinking what you can do with your patch plates and what they will allow you to do. And then, try to, pick the best car you think it's going to be, set up well for it. So
absolutely.
Dusty, just thinking about how this matchup's going to go, is there any nerves there for you, or are you just locked in and focused?
Not too much. It's another derby, right? No, it's going to be a good one. It'll be epic for sure. Great group of drivers. SRDB. They've got great families behind them. Definitely great guys on and off the track. So it'll be one to watch for sure.
NLR Whitaker, Dusty, Bob Whitaker, John Muse, Mavis, as it is correct, and Eric Blum. Everybody coming together as you have for a couple years now, making it work the way that it does. Same opportunity that I gave Joey. A lot of people behind the scenes making it happen besides the drivers behind the wheel. I know you're going to forget some people,
Yeah.
but this is your chance to sort of give some recognition where it's due.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a great crew out there. We got folks running the grill, getting parts, fuel. We've had guys out there running welders, for hours, torching, doing anything and everything. Definitely want to thank my wife and kid back at home. I know they're watching. They'd love to be here, but it's a little bit much to have him out of school for that long. But it starts at home, letting me do all the time out in the shop and away from them and everything else. Definitely the family and a brother I'll talk rules with nonstop all day long. Different things you can do, what works, what doesn't work. Aside of that, there's a ton of people back there, and obviously, John's team, Bob's team, Eric's group. Everybody's more than willing to help out and pitch in. And we pulled a whole engine transmission the other night, and had all kinds of people out there. I built everything by myself. It's me and a skid steer, so I'm not used to that. But it's pretty nice actually having multiple people around, and Don Santel, Jody, they were out there helping. Direct traffic and grab tools and do whatever it takes. So we definitely got a great crew.
Glad to hear that. I want to ask you just one final question. It's kind of a philosophical question here.
All right.
But we have a lot of people that are watching this on Facebook. They're trying to decide, do I watch this pay-per-view for the final championship Saturday, or do I just wait, or just see the results online, that kind of thing? If you were talking to somebody, why should they watch today?
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. There's some history. We went against Team SRDB last year. We had some luck on our side. It's definitely gonna be worth watching. And we'll be talking about this 10 years from now, right? I go out there, hope both teams have fun. We'll see. It takes a little bit of luck. See what happens and see where we stand.
Awesome. Same thing, man. From all of Derby Nation, we appreciate the performance of you and your team. Thank you for the entertainment. Thank you for your efforts of you and all your crew. It's appreciated and respected, and we wouldn't have a Derby without drivers. So
sure. We appreciate what you guys do as well. It helps put everybody in a great spotlight and see. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and this gives kind of a little better advantage of seeing that. So we appreciate everything you guys do as well.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. Fans, this is your A-main matchup right here. The challengers, SRDB, trying to take it away from the undisputed, undefeated reigning champions, NLR Whitaker Salvage. We'll see if they can pull it off today in the A-main. Stick here with us as we wrap things up. One more guest to come. Danny Gill out of Maine came down here to compete in the Most Wanted Fine Arts Challenge with some friends. We'll talk to him in just a moment. Thanks again for being here with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, fans, and we are here with Danny Gill. Danny Gill out of Maine, up in the northeast part of the country. Danny made the trip down here to compete in the Most Wanted Fine Arts feature event, and you did not come alone.
We did not. I got a couple of friends with me who run a lot of the local shows. We bought a couple minivans for about $500 a piece and registered them and took them on an 1,100-mile trip down here. Figured we'd come check out the biggest platform in Derby right now.
Who's with you out here today?
I got Richie Johnson out of, he's Middleborough, Massachusetts. I got Aaron Kenny out of Keene, New Hampshire. And Justin Amari actually lives at my house, so.
The roommate.
Yeah, he rents the half of my house, so a little better than a roommate.
So 4 guys, 4 vans. You bought them recently, registered them, and drove them down here. it's going to be a rough ride home in a smashed up van.
It sure would be. I mean, if you run them right, you know what they say, you can put the headlights back in, so that's the hope. But, we'll see what happens with that. We rented a truck, so we'll be home in that. We got one of the local scrap guys down here is going to take our vans for us, and shout out to him. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Chris Cowan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chris Cowan running in the pro division here this week on Team Poor Decisions. He also has a salvage business, so helping you out with that.
Yes,
nice to see the Derby world come together.
Absolutely. We all got to help each other.
Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry, just Danny, you're not new to Derby. You've been around for a little while, new to traveling a little bit. But to hype you up a little bit, we have some history. Danny wins just about everything there is to win in New England. He'll shake his head no about it, whether it's enduro racing, figure eights, demolition derby, bus races. He's pretty much, any kind of derby, he'll do it. Danny is a 2 or 3 time points champion.
It was 3. 1 year I split it with Kyle Bianchi. I let him take the trophy, which still haunts me. But
yeah, 3-time points champion in New England. Northeast champion, got there twice.
Yeah, we'll count the first one because
Yeah.
that was more of the platform. The second one, kind of a gimme, but I'll take the money.
Absolutely. So, in some ways, New England's a little bit smaller platform than being out in the Midwest and stuff. So you could almost say big fish in a small pond. Now here you are on the big stage, surrounded by 150,000 seats here in the last great Coliseum. Awe-inspiring, even when it's empty. How are you feeling about how things are going to go here tonight?
This is incredible. We were saying on the way down, the trip's worth it just to roll over the Speedway and see this place. And the level of competition here, the amount of work these guys do to their cars, and the thought processes they have is incredible. So it's just awesome to be around. And that's why, even though we're in bone stock cars, some people don't love the MWFA class. It's our thing. It's Derby at its purest form. We drove them off the road this afternoon, kicked the windows out. I think we're going to have a great show. I don't think any of us came down trying to win necessarily. I think we're going to go full throttle, and we're going to try to do the best we can.
Now the 4 minivans you mentioned coming down that hill, I was actually behind you guys when you were rolling in today, and I was like, man, this guy's from Maine coming to watch. And I was like, actually, I think that might be Danny, Steve's buddies that are coming down. And so it's a Honda minivan. I think I saw a Sienna as well. What are the other 2?
We got 2 of the early 2000 Siennas, which are my preference. And then Richie's got a 2005 Sienna, and my buddy Justin has an 05 Odyssey, which we've heard good things about. It's not my area of expertise,
Even had some Halloween decorations on the back.
Yeah,
there's a little skeleton.
Yeah, we had a lot of ideas and not a lot of preparation time. So that was about the best we could do. But we got to our Airbnb last night after driving 9 hours, and we just started ripping the things apart in the driveway with a couple of beers. And drove here today, and luckily you guys had some dumpsters to help us out. So,
heck yeah.
It's been great.
I think you guys have a little bit of an advantage because this is sort of our style of driving. This is how we came up.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys here at this event, they brought some stuff for MWFA because heck, it's here and it's cheap and it's easy, but it's not something that they're used to.
Yes.
And while it is extremely simple, there's tricks and there's things you can do to be more competitive in this class.
Oh, absolutely. Any little thing in an MWFA car is what's going to go wrong with it. Something's going to get pushed into your transmission linkage. A wire is going to come undone somewhere. So taking them off the road and just making sure that everything is able to be bounced around like it's going to be is really just the key to it.
So making sure that things can be bounced around and still work, would that include being at a certain place in Buffalo, New York on the way down here?
Yeah, actually, that's a good call. Big shout out to Big Indian Drift Pit. They let me go out there with my minivan on Thursday night and put on a little show. I got to jump it, and my e-brake worked, so I got to drift it around a little bit. So we had some fun. I'm lucky I didn't kill it.
I was going to say,
this jump.
Yeah,
not that big. I could have hit it harder, but to be honest with you, I had all my tools in the back. We had a watermelon in there, split in half, was rolling around. So this is a little bit hectic, to be honest with you.
Goodness. I need a backstory on the watermelon.
Well, the watermelon was bought because Aaron Kenny slows us down, and Richie wanted to smash it on his windshield. So he didn't know it was back there. And then when they go back to get in my van, because we all drove there together, so they're riding in the back with no seat. They go to get in the back, and Aaron picks up a bag and goes, "Is that a watermelon? What the hell is that for?" So that's the story on the watermelon. It was cracked in half and all over my van. My transmission's fluid stop leak is all over my floor, so my carpet's got no transmission slips all weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's been an adventure, man. This was the whole point. We have had so much fun, and we just can't wait to do it again.
if I had a nickel for every time like produce has been thrown on a derby car, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but I had my buddy Tyler Williams. We were at a derby in Connersville, Indiana. Don't know where he got it, but I was sitting there. He threw a coconut at the windshield.
A coconut?
A coconut.
That's great.
Yeah. So
See, I would have been meaner. I would have gone with like a birthday cake or something. Put a little candle on it for him, but that's me.
Danny, one year my dad and I hauled cars out to Copelskill, New York. 2 different trucks and trailers. I was following behind him on the highway. Next thing I know, my entire windshield is just covered in banana. he threw a banana out the window. It flew up in the air. It went directly below his trailer tires, and it, like a cartoon, just splattered all over my windshield.
That's awesome. I mean, speaking of your dad real quick, if I can touch on it, big shout out, Crash 603. I mean, this guy did this stuff back in the day. He drove to Florida and everywhere, and I've always loved your dad, and it's just great to be able to do what he was doing and, see him get to enjoy it a little bit too as he follows along.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my dad. Appreciate you watching from home, keeping us supported.
Yes, sir.
As I said, fans, it's going to be a action-packed championship Saturday here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's the last great Coliseum, and we are competing in automotive gladiatorial sports. We have the Compact Elite feature kicking things off today, the 2-man compact team feature, followed by the old school wire feature. This is the second one of the week. We had one yesterday. We're having another one today. You're going to see some fresh cars in that, as well as some repaired cars from yesterday. We then have the A-Main Pro feature. We're running them sort of in the middle of the pack to help mitigate any of the track issues. Following that will be the B-Main feature. Then we have a special bragging rights feature, and that's going to be 5 to 10 cars. It's still being worked out, but it's a mix of old school, I think it's old school wire cars, and also the like the motor swap class. So we'll see basically how those two build sets compare against each other, and they'll have bragging rights over which build set is best.
I believe there's some futures cars in there as well.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a mix. And, of course, we're going to finish up the night with that Most Wanted Fine Arts. We're going to make a real mess of this track, and everybody gets to have a good time. And make sure you're sticking around for Victory Lane after the show is over and our post-race show to close out the week. Fans, it's been a great one. I've been happy to be here with you. We got one more night to get it done. Thanks for tuning in on DerbyNation.tv, and we'll see you again at the Green Flag in just a little bit.
I couldn't have done it with everybody that was out there that come with Toast and everybody else with the rest of the team.
The officials know everybody there wanted to win, especially with 5 cars left. Everybody's trying to just bring that check home.
I think we're going against good competition who likes to get on right away. Feel like we need to match their energy and go after them too.
Yeah, not too bad. We ran a lot of derbies against each other, with each other, so it just works. Go out and win.
It's Bristol, baby.
I thought I'd give the crowd a good view because we're going to go out here and raise hell and see if we can't give them something to cheer about.
That's fully what we expected when we messed with those guys. Some of the best around, and fortunes come out on top.
Yeah, it was rough. We all came out swinging, and it was a battle to the end.
That's what it's all about. Go, 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 and after you go, give her hell and go some more.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a battle to the end.
For me, it's natural to go flying across the track myself and let them chase me. So,
like I said, it's fast right from the get-go, and their cars are hard. So every shot you felt.
I just have to run hard, and hopefully the chips fall in our favor.